I'm the president of the Banff Center, so I get a music stand, apparently. I needed to hold my props. I have to open, as we really do like to do here at the Banff Center, whenever we welcome groups to our beautiful home, to tell you that we are proudly located on the side of Sleeping Buffalo Mountain. If you climb up it, it's called Tunnel Mountain. When you're far away from it, you can see. It looks like that's the original indigenous name, Sleeping Buffalo Mountain. This is home to Treaty 7 territory of the Blackfoot, Stoney Nakoda, and Tsuut'ina nations in beautiful Banff National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This area has been a sacred gathering place for many First Nations throughout time. It continues to be a place for creativity and collaboration for us here at the Banff Center, and I hope for you as you meet here over the next few days. Tiny biographical note for the majority of my 30-plus year career, I have worked in the not-for-profit sector, but I have also worked in the for-profit world. So I've had an interesting exposure to both. And I also spent the first half of my working career in the marketing and communications departments within my big not-for-profit companies. So I do know the marketing side of things quite intimately, and I'm going to take a bit of a marketing angle as well, because my topic is, should charities learn marketing from the corporate world? I know where I stand on this. Show of hands. Should charities learn marketing from the corporate world? I'm more of a naysayer, but there's few of you out there, obviously. You know, I have learned over my years in the field, and I've often said I want to be president of the club to rename not-for-profit, not-for-dividend. Because, you know, we make money. We have to make money. And most of my career has been in the entertainment world, where many of my competitors are commercial operators. I'm competing with Broadway versus the performing arts when, for example, I was at Lincoln Center. So, you know, I get a little tired of the whole, oh, those poor not-for-profits. They need so much help. If only they could learn how to run their business like a business. The bad thing is that's often our boards saying that, right? Which is not good. But I believe that if anything, for-profits could be learning a lot from the not-for-profit world. Now, obviously, there's a lot to learn on both sides of the coin, but I'm going to use my time here to highlight a couple of different areas that I think are food for thought for us. Relationship marketing and creativity, my world. So I don't need to tell you there are 80,000 charitable organizations in Canada today, and you all know well the task that nonprofits face trying to develop brand affinity and compete for financial support. In my experience, I would say that nonprofits have paved the way for the for-profit industry with our very well-established history in relationship and social marketing. It makes sense. Ever since nonprofits were established, they've had to rely on the use of relationship marketing strategies to first gain and then retain support from their donors, from partners, and obviously the general public. In fact, nonprofits were the first to use this type of marketing as a strategy for maintaining long-term support in the form of donor relationships, well before the for-profit world caught on. Relationship marketing, I like to call it the original social media. And we have all been doing it as fundraisers since the beginning of time, I'm sure. So many nonprofits, as you all know, also have to deal with limited staff, tight shoestring budgets. Effective relationship and social marketing has really often and always been the primary strategy for engaging in conversations with our ambassadors and with our supporters. That's what fosters a culture, an ethic, dedication that doesn't come as easily, in my experience, to the commercial world. So how are charities getting creative? Competitive markets today mean that nonprofits are being forced to become more and more creative in their marketing strategies, and the results are grabbing everyone's attention, not least the for-profit world. I know because I've just been serving as a juror on the Sponsorship Marketing Conference of Canada, and listening to a lot of the commercial guys look at the cause-related marketing. and pay great attention to it. So I'm going to highlight a couple of those very quickly, of those campaigns that have really taken the market by storm through creativity. Has anyone been aware of Ovarian Cancer Canada's very cheeky Lady Balls campaign? Urging women to be aware of the risks of ovarian cancer, and it continues to be successful in getting over 70% more women comfortable talking about their ovaries. So this really has prompted the sharing of women's stories about ovarian cancer. It's raised significant funds, and as importantly, in this case, did significant work to raise awareness for the cause. And I've seen some of the stats, and it's really impressive. So another example from the health world, and staying with the sexual organ category, it appears, which I didn't realize until I was rereading this. But since 2003, as you know, millions have joined Movember, the nonprofit men's health movement, raising $677 million and funding over 1,000 projects focusing on prostate and testicular cancer. And as this charity is now bridging from being a campaign-based fundraising organization, the November campaign, they have now launched a new campaign designed to raise funds and awareness about testicular cancer. So you all remember Soap on a Rope? Balls on a Rope. Branded for Movember, and it was designed for Testicular Cancer Month. There will be a draw a little later. So I would argue that most for-profits either can't or would not be, I have to do it, this ballsy with their campaigns. So the reason why these examples are particularly important is that they all represent bold messaging by the sector, similar to what, Ronan, you were attempting to do with your Irish campaign. They are always run with less funding and advertising support than our dear colleagues in the commercial world. They have to be creative, they have to build strong partnerships and rely on their guerrilla network much more than giant media budgets and the luxuries that are often afforded to the for-profit world. So I'm going to close with a video, Murdoch Mysteries and the Hospital for Sick Children, and this is an award-winning campaign. CBC and the development team from Sick Kids worked together to feature an embedded story in the wildly successful cult hit show. They've got a massive cult following, increasingly around the world. I don't watch it, but there you go. But I will let the video detailing the campaign and its results speak for itself, and then circle back. Please play the video.
At Sick Kids, we were looking to find a partner that could motivate our target audience of adults 25 to 64 to donate, while demonstrating how donations fund work that saves children's lives.
An integration into our period detective drama, Murdoch Mysteries, was a natural fit. Working in partnership with Shaftesbury, the show producers, we were able to organically highlight the historic role the hospital has played solving medical mysteries during our first ever holiday special. We amplified this with custom commercial time creative for broadcast and original branded content online.
In the holiday special, my character, Dr. Julia Ogden, is impressed with the work she sees at the Hospital for Sick Children and inspires her husband, Detective William Murdoch, to invent the first baby incubator, which is later donated to the hospital. We're also introduced to the young Mary Pickford, a future Canadian silver screen legend, who is seen fundraising for the hospital. Custom lower thirds also ran during the special, further reinforcing the importance of donating to sick kids, both then and now.
Current Sick Kids patients and staff were featured as extras in the episode, allowing us to generate excitement internally.
The Spirit of Giving message extended beyond the integration with an emotional 2-minute spot that aired during the special.
CBC developed a digital timeline for us that highlighted milestones in our history through shareable archival content, which was integrated into the Murdoch homepage on a dedicated tab.
I appeared out of character in 2 PSAs which appealed for donations while also promoting the timeline and the integration within the upcoming special.
We promoted the campaign through TV, radio, online, print, and out of home. The donation campaign was amplified to the show's rabid fan base through posts on Murdoch social pages, which have over 100,000 followers.
The results were outstanding. Nearly 2 million Canadians tuned in, delivering 163% to forecast for the target demographic. The media value was worth 300% Sick Kids investment, with earned media and bonus elements. There were 175,000 impressions and 6,000 engagements on social media. Industry and donor accolades rolled in.
In the end, the campaign contributed to our best holiday fundraising season yet. Media innovation was the undisputed hero of our highly successful 2015 holiday campaign.
As a lifelong nonprofit leader, I stand by my contention and am proud to say that not-for-profits don't need to learn about marketing from the for-profit sector.